Hello and welcome into the SorareData Game Week 426 preview. I am Andrew Lairdinho and find me as Lairdinho on Sorare, joined once again by Quinny, who goes by Quinny on Sorare. Quinny had this fantastic idea about this week's show, and I said no, and I feel really bad about it. And I'm not even going to tell everyone what it is because it was such a good idea. We might do it at another time. But part of it was like, man, this midweek kind of sucks. And I remember thinking, I disagreed that it was that bad. And I was like, no, I think there's a reason. And I went to the lineup builder. Quinny, I have an all-star rare plus possibility. And that's when I was like, we got a chance. So it's got to be a good game week. So we'll see. But yeah, then I looked at the matches and I was like, yeah, there's really not much going on this week.
Fair. I'll be interested to see how your team's shaking out. I just know from my own lineup builder, it is derelict. So, and then when you look at the fixtures, it's just like it's a kind of tail end. It's only really Wednesday, I think, isn't it? And some Tuesday stuff. And then everyone needs to fly home, obviously. So it's not really anything Thursday or Friday until the actual game week. The real stuff comes back. So yeah, fair enough, man. Interested to see what we pull out. And yeah, it's been a magical mystery tour for me. And I see the team.
Well, we do have there's some weirdness with this game week because like the J League returns Friday. And it's one because of the new old game week deadline. Like it actually is a midweek game, even though they play Friday. And so we do have like a few of those that sneak in. There's some Liga MX play-in games. They don't even call them playoffs yet. And I happen to have a super rare from that. So I was just like, okay, it's not so bad. Not so bad. Thanks everybody for joining us. Ricky, I believe, was first in. And then this is going to be a pretty common theme on the that I've seen in the chat. Sora Holland, good evening, guys. So happy when this international break is over. Kevin Hurd is here. Glenn, morning boys, still a lot of football to be played today in my gallery. Let's have it. So that is the other funny thing is that we're doing this. It's Monday morning for me. We have matches today and tomorrow still that are going to be part of this weekend game week. So we can't even, it feels like one of those Champions League weeks where we know we have things coming, but we still have to wait for what's happening anyway. It's Wilson here. FF Thinker Sean Thorpe, I kind of like that. Watching live, ready to end up, buying some players for a pointless Cap 240 attempt. Hey, there's nothing ever pointless about trying to go through Cap 240. But to continue this, the international game week feel, get these crappy dog shit international game weeks in the bin already, Alex Wilson.
Love it.
Thanks for joining, Etienne. Last week of international. See, everybody's just, they want out. Tommy Turtle, Johanneton, what's up? U23 is going to be fun this game week. Oh, I didn't even know that. We'll get into that. Cool. Raul, what's up? Mike Basson with pineapple and fist bump time. Oh, Genesis, good to join us. Genesis probably feeling good after that 14-0 win that nobody saw coming on France against Gibraltar. Chesley and the Parrot Press. What's up, everyone? Thank you for coming in. Quinny, did anything surprise you about the 14-0 win by France?
I thought there'd have been a few more 100s, to be honest with you. Like, I did feel underwhelmed by it. And I can't remember if it was Haber, but I think it was Haber. Someone went on Twitter and like went through the leaderboards and was like, there's not actually even anybody stacks dominating the leaderboards and stuff. And when you look at the people that did rock, not too many of them typically have correlation that most, like, let's say the bigger, the super rare owners, etc., would be able to configure a lineup against. So, we always forecast it's going to be a cricket score, so it was kind of good to see that actually came in. But I was a wee bit, when I looked at full time, I was like, oh, not as many 100s as I thought, way more in defense. You expect them all to come from attack with 14 goals, the minimum of 28 decisives on, or you would suspect anyway, 28 decisives on offer. And to think that the forwards haven't got like 10 of them between 3 people or something is like, it's funny.
What do you think was more surprising in this game week? The Griezmann 79.3 in a 14-0 win, or Romelu Lukaku's first half 100?
I think the Griezmann one's way more surprising. Seen him I just went to the scores back up there in front of me. But I think the Griezmann one is way more surprising, especially as well. I read a clickbait article this morning and it was how Man United are going to try and unleash the minimum fee of 25 million euros or something, and it's like, come on, stop kidding yourself on. Like, just because you can pay the money doesn't mean he's going to say yes.
Exactly.
So maybe that's what gave them hope. It's like, oh, it's only a 79. Maybe he's coming down to earth a little bit now. Griezmann, maybe we can get him.
Now we can get him. I think I saw a few people replying to those tweets about how he's going to retire soon. I think he is destined for MLS. Like, he seems like he loves the NBA, get closer. Like, I hate to say it because Messi's there, but like Miami I just feel like is the perfect Antoine Griezmann spot. Having nothing to do with the club, just literally the city of Miami.
Oh, totally. Griezmann's definitely one of these guys that strikes me now as like, he's one of these quality of life players now because he's got that much money. The Barcelona move was like the dream that was like a poison chalice for him. And then he's had to come back to Atleti with his tail between his legs and like rediscover himself and getting back on side with the fans. And obviously all the stuff that's happened with France in the meantime. So like, he is like spilling money out the sides. I see the Saudi reports were like a couple of days ago as well that they might come back in for him. But he's a guy that just wants to live his best life, and he very much looks like he enjoys playing football. He's not an Eden Hazard type or necessarily, or, a few more of these other players, but you do feel that they're paycheck based or they're in it for themselves or they're quite, selfish, and that's fine for some players, obviously. But like I say, that's the sense I get from him is he's like, he loves playing football and he's a let's live my best life kind of guy. And he goes to Vegas, he goes to basketball games. Like you say, he's pretty much in America, like in most of his spare time. So yeah, it's hard to imagine he doesn't think that's a shooting fish in a barrel effort for him to go get an MLS franchise all to himself where he's the star man. Yeah. And, there's a basketball team close by and he can do all this stuff, go to Vegas in the off season and, whatever he wants to get up to.
Whatever he wants to do, yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie thinks maybe he can spearhead the new MLS franchise in San Diego. San Diego is a phenomenal place. I don't think it's glitzy enough for him. He does seem like somebody who appreciates like grandeur, I guess.
Anyway. I definitely think he'll want adjacent sport in the area, like he'll definitely want something on his doorstep, I think.
Totally agree. Genesis did bring up the Zaire Emery injury for France in that match was a really big disappointment. And I just got a message here from our good friend Harry Trades. Jared Bowen torn ACL.
Ooh. I didn't read it. Again, another clickbait article that was on my timeline over the weekend was about the state of injuries post-Qatar World Cup is much more severe than typically, or some, I didn't read the article, but that was the headline of it. I don't know if it was The Athletic or somewhere else, but it was like a journalist endeavor, let's say. So there's another one. I don't know. He didn't actually go to Qatar, Bowen, did he? But it was just, it's another ACL, Zaire Emery, of course. We had Gavi last night as well. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a bunch of them going around now. It's Van de Boomen. I got a message about him this morning as well. He's got a bad injury. So there's a lot of them going around now.
Zaire Emery was an ACL?
I don't know if it was an ACL, but it was definitely a bad one. Where it was like, okay. Yeah, I think...
I didn't see any details on it.
Yeah, I think it's a bad one.
Oof,
I don't know details, so I'm happy to be corrected. But from people who spoke to me about it, it was like, oh no, that's him out for a bit.
We're not doctors. It's all right. Oh, Genesis said it was his ankle for Zaire Emery. If anybody's going to know, Genesis will know. Anyway, let's jump in 2 months out, he says. All right, that's not so bad. Let's jump into this midweek, 426. We have the Netherlands away to Gibraltar at the top.
The task has been set, the gauntlet has been it's been put down for Holland. Do they have the firepower? Kinda. They could score 14. There's nothing really stopping them. It depends how, let's say it. If you're in that dressing room and France have just beaten them 14, if you're Gakpo, if you're Simons, whoever is going to get the nod, you've got to be thinking, boys, we've got to get 7 in the first half. Like, we've got to go for it tonight, So
I haven't seen if there's any talk of people who will definitely play or definitely sit. I think it's one of those that you just have to get the rotation right. But yeah, I know we had the Verbruggen news before the last deadline. I don't know if it's out that he definitely is starting this next one, but I think we'll get to the U23. I think he might be the only, is he the only U23 goalie? I don't know if he is. We'll get there. And Sora Hans had half the squads out due to injuries, so maybe that makes it even a little easier. But we also have Uruguay, Croatia, Israel, and Ecuador as decent-sized favorites, and then France away to Greece. which should be a tougher matchup than the last one they had. And then here we have our little Liga MX play-in game, Santos Laguna home against Mazatlan. It's actually the other one that I was more concerned with, but we'll get there. But we also have some Brasileiro and some South American qualifiers. We've got Chilean domestic leagues. What's the licensed Chilean team we have? Any idea?
The team that the guy that went to Norwich came from, Marcelino Nunes. It's like a white team, and they've got like their badge is dead thin, and it's a little cross.
Good call.
Yeah, his former team. I don't remember the name of them, but he's the player that came out of them.
Alex said Universidad, which is not fair because they're like every team has.
Yeah, I was going to say. I think it might be
Católica. That's who it was. This one.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. How are they doing this year? 7th. All right. Nothing like a mid-table Chilean team to have on the.
Need some Colo action. There's an Everton too. We could get Everton.
There we go. Oh, this is where O'Higgins is. Okay.
There's O'Higgins. We need a bit of that action, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I found another one as well. I found a guy that plays for Argentinos Juniors, and his name is Thomas. His first name Tomas.
Yeah.
And then his last name is O'Connor.
No.
Yeah.
Dual national?
I found another one, like Kevin McAllister, Alexis McAllister type.
There he is.
Tam O'Connor. Big Tam.
Big Tam.
Big Tam. A Tam, maybe. He's all right, isn't he? See these wee Scottish Argentinian, like, regen hybrids, football manager players that you're getting. They're not too bad.
See what you get on these game week previews, everyone. This is why you come for this. This is the knowledge you come for. Looks like we also have some K-League early Friday, so we'll get into that. So let's see.
Yes.
Second division is off. Finally,
we
finally found a game week where there's no second division Europe. It's crazy.
Wow.
How about that? And Asia is very deep with 6 teams. And nobody, I guess.
Champions League rearranges, aren't they?
This Nagita. Oh, and Sorare FC Seoul. There's no AA for the K League game because they're Friday. So that's the Incheon Ulsan game. So,
bummer.
Let's see what are the prizes like for a 6-game Asia slate.
Is it open yet? Oh, it will be, of course. Yeah, sorry.
Champion Asia, 336 limited cards up for grabs. Champion 73 in rare and 16 in how is that possible?
Huge compensation for the poor service they've had this season, I'm going to say, but that's healthy.
That is wow. I have one Ulsan player, I think.
Same.
And nothing. So yeah, I mean, and the best, I don't know. For whoever does this, I feel like Yokohama Marinos and Kawasaki are both teams that people stack.
Yep.
So there's going to be just a lot of these lineups, but man, 73 rewards. I wonder how many people are even entered right now. Champion Asia Rare. 201.
Champion,
how about that?
Champion Asia Super Rare, 10 cards.
Gee, come on.
Punchy.
Oh yeah, I guess we have does Japan have a qualifier?
Ooh, yes, they do. No. They play this game week. It's like Tuesday before the deadline. Japan plays Sorare.
Yeah, where everybody's
maybe Korea play. But no.
Nope.
Just a thought.
Yeah, Ricky, 3 games, 6 teams. Yeah, and 73 rare rewards. Gee.
Great fun, man. If you've got the stacks, why you're in, go get your free card.
Yeah, why not?
Win multi-entry.
Actually, hold on. Let me go back to that. How many were in Asia Limited. 1,100 teams already. Yeah.
Still healthy.
Yeah, that's a lot. Anyway, so yeah, play him if you got him, I guess.
Totally.
Simple as that.
Do you play? It's funny, but do you go for the easy shoot in with Champion Asia? Or do you go for any other division where you've got a full team that you could play? I don't think the fixtures are that great. Kawasaki and Antlers are two like good teams, you know.
Yeah.
So if you've got either of them, it's hard to get that excited. In the K League one, having no AA, it's hard to get excited. So it's kind of Yokohama's show, isn't it? Unless Kawasaki or Antlers go off on the other one, you know, and spank them 3-0 or, you know, it'll be high scoring, I suppose, AA-wise, or, you know, Sorare-wise. It's just where do the decisives come? Do you get the clean sheet right? Do you get the right defender? Maybe a bit harder because it's a tough opposition.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Tough dilemma.
So America is a little deeper, match-wise at least. Let's see what the America reward pool is. 35 rare cards in Champion America Rare and 7 in Rare Plus. And that's one Fortaleza's licensed, aren't they? Yeah. 1, 2. Maybe that's all they have.
2. A third of the teams. Is that a third of the prizes?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Nothing is crazy. I mean, yeah, like Santos is such a heavy, so rare. Like they have high, so rare scoring players, and to be this high up, I'm gonna guess that Juan Brunetta is really high in the pick scores.
It has to be Primo. Well, I was just looking at my wee team I've got going out for this midweek. I've got a 4-man 240 effort. In Brazil, I've got a game this midweek as well. So there will be a wee bit of South America still rocking around as well. Yeah. With I know I've seen France and Holland and that, you know, but there's a few, a few internationals still running riot in this as well. Overall, I know South America it's just going to be them, but yeah.
Right, you have to play them like you said in capped or something. But the big one this week, international wise, and big in terms of where did that go? There it is, 30%. Argentina Brazil is this midweek, which is about as good as you can get from a qualification standpoint here. Brazil the slight favorite because they're at home. Obviously, we'll be missing Vinny Jr. Ederson didn't travel anyway. Yep. I feel like there was someone else important who was hurt. Maybe someone in chat knows. Could be wrong. But, and then, yes, as Josh said, both of them lost their last game. So this game is like super important. But it also feels like one of those that just is going to be a slog. There'll be a lot of cards, not a lot of AA. And it's like the one time you don't get overly excited about having Lionel Messi. It's like, away to Brazil.
Well, I don't know. I just want to go and check the qualification table because I know that because I was looking at Uruguay earlier when they came up on the tab. Uruguay beat Brazil recently enough. And so I don't know if qualification is plain sailing for both of them. So let's have a quick peek. Yeah, Argentina are running away with it. But Brazil, having played 5 games, they're only on 7 points in their qualification. And yeah, so Argentina with 5 games are on 12 points. They're reigning away top. You need to be in the top 6, really. That's where Brazil are. It's quite comfortable. But, halfway through, they're definitely not in the good positions, let's say. So, maybe it's a game that they want to get the points. Because, you can't lose to Uruguay and Argentina in quick succession. That's kind of what I'm getting at here, So, qualification and the rivalry of it all.
Charlie and Johanneton and Kev also pointed out, Casemiro and Neymar. Well, Neymar has been out for a while, but Casemiro and Neymar out for Brazil as well. That's going to get... You're going to see that lineup and just be like, who? Who is this?
Endrick.
Just kidding. We know who they all are. Who's this? Croatia against Armenia?
Yeah.
You got an Israel stack here? Away to
I
Andorra?
don't. I've got Abada and Solomon, but they're both injured long term. So, no dice for me with the Israel.
Then we've got Ecuador. Is that Chile? It is. Ecuador, Chile, France, Greece, as away to Greece, as we said. Got Kosovo as a 57% favorite. Home against Belarus.
Yeah. Should be decent for Muric. Probably keep a clean sheet.
Mm-hmm. Good call. Good call. Yeah, nothing seems crazy. I wonder if our boy Harry Trades will have his Welsh stack. Home against Turkey.
It's Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else about this game week. Yeah. You were right.
Holland. Wee bit of that. Yokohama, maybe. Turkey over Wales. Wait. And yeah, I think they were kind of the main ones that stood out in terms of like potential for influencing the leaderboard and stuff like that. But I do quite like that Asia development that we've uncovered there with the reward pool, because if you do have any of those teams, really, there's not really a bad play to be had with potentially the amount of fanning out that those cards will do across, all the divisions to try and people trying to get their wee international bonus winning. I got a wee threshold, not the weekend we're coming out of, but the one before, and it was just like, oh, fantastic.
Love that.
It's been burning a wee hole in my pocket. I'm dying to buy somebody for 40 quid now. So
well,
didn't plan on having it.
Plenty of competitions coming up if you want to spend your money.
I did think
let's head over to the pick scores. Johanneton pointed out that Parrots is a U23 goalie, so let's just go right to U23 because
she's on to start. The Bayern boy.
Oh, yeah, and Harry can finally get his Iker Alvarez utility here. This is totally a Harry Trades game week right here. He has one of the two goalies. I guess everyone thinks Verbruggen's not going to start.
That's the way it looks.
I forget who else is even
How many
there.
Peretz is there? Peretz has got 2 cards on the market. I don't think he'd even have that many in circulation. He's got 10.
10 rares, yeah.
10 rares. None of them belong to Harry or Jonathan, which makes me sad. But what are we doing, lads? What are we doing? 78 supers. 78 limited's a bigger pardon. 7 quid each. Not too bad. From a buy now, I think that is. Or is that a bid? That's a bid.
Yeah, that's a bid. Buy now is around the 30. Actually, it looks
see Pavel Trader has one.
Not for long now that you've said it out loud.
Last public offer 31.
He's an L15 of 0, which is only pretty good. Johanneton said he's got some limiteds, though.
Nice.
With Parrots. All right. So we've got 2 U23 goalies. Let's see what other U23 players we have out there. Sotalo and Hartman, the only AAAs.
Yeah, very good. No Guardiola. That's interesting.
Yeah, all the way down here.
Just A. Just A. That's fine. As long as he's on the start. It made me worried for a second. Like, why is he not there?
Yeah, no, that's reasonable to say that.
We've Rodrigo's down there too for a forward. Moises Caicedo, I see there. That's interesting. Matt Weaver, I think he's going to play 91% on.
Wow.
Maybe takes off the 14-0 potential if they play the Weafers of the world,
True. Yep.
Not against Weaver, by the way. I think he's quality, but if that's what they're planning on doing, then no stat padding. I see Lucas Piton. It's definitely a Harry Trades weekend, midweek. Lucas Piton, that's it. Signed, sealed, and delivered.
They always play late in the game week, too. The number of times I've seen a lineup of his that has like 4 banging scores, and he's like, it's all down.
Lucas Piton. Lucas Piton, what a guy. Paulinho as well, former Leverkusen striker. I see him there in the order. Such a meh player, isn't he?
Man, I'm pretty sure that Harry had like a great lineup. Let me see, 423. Sorry to take this time to make fun of Harry Trades here, or Lucas Piton. But
we're here to share his lessons. That's all, Laird. We're sharing his lessons.
Yeah.
Owen Beck, 92. Pick it out.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe it wasn't this game. Oh, here he is. Cap 240. There it is. Oh, that's right. So Piton was the last player. So Harry's sitting on 352 with 4 players, with just Piton to play, and he drops a 15.
Weighty. That's
Right,
rotten, isn't it?
Nice
5 points away from a tier 5.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Brutal.
All right, Andy. We'll talk about Santos.
I see Brunetta reigning.
Yeah, there.
Wow, L5 still reigning so high, man.
Cruz in there. He won't count though because that's a.
I did look at the Uruguay. Like I say, Uruguay's fixture looks really good at home to Bolivia. Having beat Brazil recently, they've got a bit of a crop there now. You know, Uruguay, Bielsa in charge, all out attacking football. So good to see a wee bit of Uruguay pop up on the player picks there. But yeah, Brunetta it seems unstoppable. See that L5 doesn't, it goes up every week we do this.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Look, since we started doing this, it's just went up.
So that's his midfielder, 78, and it's 82.6 is L15 as a forward.
Insane.
My God.
What's the similar? Is there a stack to make for him? But if anyone's watching this thinking about this guy as unlimited, is there any, like, the Santos going to work?
So Preciado is the only one, I think. Yeah, Kane's the only one who scores remotely close. Yeah, Preciado is one. And then there are some rumors going around. And I'm glad these guys brought it up. So Ben, or I'll start with Jonathan, saying the rumors of Brunetta to Monterrey staying in Mexico. But Harold Preciado, who is also very good, is rumored to go to Chicago Fire in MLS. I will say that there was a long time ago, I considered buying Brunetta, and Andy Black, the Santos expert, was like, don't buy Brunetta, buy Preciado. And I was like, okay. Thanks, Andy.
What if Brunetta goes to MLS? What do we think about that? Better or worse?
I don't think you could make any argument that anywhere is better given these, like, how do you get better than this?
Fair.
And he's saying they score goals, but they can't defend a set piece to save their lives.
Love it.
Brunetta is the Mexican Gill as a forward card. It's nuts. I think he's better. Like, statistically, he's actually better.
Yeah.
At least recently. Like, it's nuts.
I feel like these players normally don't get cards. You know, when we find these guys in like China or Mexico.
I was just about to say that.
Or like,
this is a guy in China that doesn't have cards.
Or in bloody Peru or something like that. You know, you maybe got a card that moves to a team and you're like, oh, look at this. And then you follow that team and you're like, wow, this guy does 80 plus every week. Just this random, in a random wee team somewhere, you know. So I think everything we've looked at, I always just think it can't go on. And then I say every week we do this, the L5 goes up, you know, like it's surely the thing that is the one that goes down the most after a peak, but the peaks keep coming.
I assume he's the top player in the game right now by L15. 21 AA. There's the GOAT, Sho Sasaki. Anyway. Sure. So yeah, given the prizes, it seems like a waste to play Brunetta in America this week.
Yeah.
Like
if you could get him into Asia somehow, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Like, is there anyone, I guess Akturgalu somehow is a AAA. Probably because of this 100 opponent score.
Yeah, he's not going to score 100 against Wales. So maybe it will. That's hard to say. It's a bold prediction. Bold prediction. Yeah.
No. That's just the points allowed to his position in the last, I think it's 8 games. But like, obviously somebody from against Wales, it was Zella Ryan with his 100 against Wales. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, they give up tons of points to those types of players. And they just think that Akturgalu is there.
You can cover your bases all you want, but me and you both know if he scores 100, you're going to say called it.
100% Quinny. Like, yes. Yep.
But yeah, Akturgalu looks good. Valverde AAA as well. Looks healthy.
Yep.
Wakizaka. This is All-Star we're looking at now, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of midfielders. Yeah, a lot of these guys as well have got high circulation as well, like the Dela Cruzes of this world, Wakazakas. There's lots of those cards floating around as well. So, yeah, could show up in a lot of divisions.
Oh, there's Haber's friend Marlon.
Yeah,
I always liked him. Allison, it's a fairly high grade, but I guess the expectation is he makes a ton of saves.
Yeah, just not conceding free. Basically, should be okay.
Right.
We'll probably get decisive somehow, knowing Allison in the fixture and whatever. So, last man tackle, or you win a penalty or something, or something mad will happen.
Yeah, I think it's all your regular guys. And then let's check out Cap 240. We'll go rare just to spice things up a little bit. Yeah, Parrot's right there. Man.
Yeah. 0 as well. That's good.
Yeah, we need that 0 next week, not this one. We need it for 220 when we really want to compete in it.
I found so many good players over the weekend, thinking about 220, 240 kind of mode for the next little month. And see when you think about a guy that should have a really low L15 and you find him and the L15 is like 54. It's just like, how? Look at all those DNPs, and look at all these rubbish scores from time to time. Like, it's just it's a pain in the ass. Seeing a 0 is fun, but they never last long.
No, you got to find the guy who's on a 54, but it's because he's had like 13 consecutive DNPs, and so he'll be a 0 in like 3 weeks when he comes back, but he doesn't show up right now because he should. It's the.
I'll maybe have a few of them.
I'll maybe have a few of them that people need to do.
Right, so I want them
put it on Twitter so that we could all just buy them after.
Fair. That's the thing that always confuses me with looking at the L15 rate and seeing I go into lineup builder on SorareData, and when I'm on Sorare, obviously it's always changing. You need guys to play games. It's so hard to like really get your teeth into it until the game week's actually open. And
then the mad rush of like
discovery.
Who's out there? Who is it? Andy Black with the use Brunetta to win more Brunettas, which he's done before. And then if you have, like, Andy has a Santos stack and they are literally one of the biggest favorites of the week. Like, he wins, theoretically, on paper, he wins America if he enters it. So do you just enter it, Quinny, knowing that you could just win it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Winning is always better than not winning.
That's fair.
It's a tough decision I've got sometimes when Celtic have got an island game week, and I normally go for All-Star because I'm a dreamer, but the sensible solution is you should go and just get a podium, just own it, go get it, bring it home, put the cash in your pocket, go open that star reward or whatever's at the top, and cross your fingers it's not a goalkeeper.
Andy says, what if I have 3 Santos stacks?
Then you can have your cake and eat it. Yeah.
You just win everything. Your time has come. With a splash of VL Pando in there.
A splash. But yeah, definitely Santos season. Santos and Yokohama, I think, are the 2 big clubs to watch out for, stacking wise.
Yeah, they're definitely there. Was there even one? There's Santos. There's Yokohama. Yeah, Flamengo, who we don't have many, and then Kawasaki. Yeah. Mike said if Black doesn't win America with his Santos stacks, he has to forfeit on Andrews this week. Oh, be a forfeit.
Ooh.
The stakes have been raised, Andy Black. Here they go.
Stakes have been raised. That's what happens when you come in here shouting Santos season. We want podiums after chatting like that. Get the Brunettas out.
There it is. So Andy, I'm glad you brought this up, Andy. So Felix Torres is not available to select in America because they play an international game tomorrow, Tuesday. Ooh. But then this playoff game is Thursday. Does he come back and play?
It would have to be an absolute exception to the rule. Like, there's no expectations on him making that, I don't think. But everyone will say, Danny Buanga came back and did this and did it. But I don't know, like, protocol is it's going to be so hard to see him come in, but especially, I don't know. You really just need to watch out for if he's on the flight, if he's sending me tweets like "I'll be there, guys" and stuff like that, or if the Twitter account of Santos starts putting out some good messaging around it, because he cannot have any expectations on him making that, I don't think.
Let's see. Whoops.
Ecuador-Chile relations. That's not what we want. Rodrigo Paz.
And they are, hold on. This is what Sorare scouting is all about, guys, right here.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, if you're coming from South America, most of the continent is further from where he's flying from, right? Which is a benefit.
Agreed.
So I agree with Andy. Easy.
So the game's
Lock him in, Andy.
Tuesday?
The game is Tuesday night.
So then he flies home Tuesday night, flies for 11 hours, wakes up Wednesday morning in Mexico.
So it's not an 11-hour flight. It's just that if we are flying, you have to connect, and it's 11 and a half. Surely he has a direct
flight,
right?
Of course. Yeah, sorry, I'm in it.
Yeah, so, and then, so he flies home, let's say
that 6-hour flight then?
Yeah, 6-hour flight.
Yeah,
no,
so let's say 6 hours.
So
anyway, flies through home Tuesday night. He wakes up Wednesday morning, or he gets off the flight Wednesday morning. He's got to go home, brush his teeth, do his washing, walk the dog, do his usual stuff, like housework stuff. Yep. Go to Santos Wednesday, say, hey guys, I'm back. Do a wee...
Ride the bicycle a little bit.
Ride the bike, run the treadmill, kick some footballs, go home, make his dinner. And then, it's match day, I suppose.
Yeah, next day. And it's another night game. Yeah.
It's another night game, so he can wake up, have his cornflakes, get ready, go to training, do the pre-match. Definitely possible the more you think about it. But Thursday, Andy, Tuesday, Thursday.
Is this a single game, or are there two legs to this?
If it's a do or die, then I think worst case he's got to think he'd make the bench, at least if he's a main guy,
Single game.
Ooh. Yeah. Difficult. If you're him, you're wanting to play. If you're the coach, you want him to play. It's just the medical teams and sports science people and all that, which, Mexico, maybe they don't care about that. I guess,
You can't let the nerds decide.
True. Does he get cramp? Has he had a wee injury? Has he had a bad tackle the night before?
Maybe these things come into it. Chile. I mean, surely he starts this one.
Let's see that. Did I have the group table? Let me go and look at it. So is it Chile, Ecuador?
Yeah.
So Ecuador at the moment are in 6th. They're on the bubble with Paraguay and Chile. They're all on 5 points. They've all played 5 matches. They're all on 5 points. So that's a bit of a 6-pointer, in fact. So that will be a blood and guts match. So he's got 2 blood and guts matches, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday. He could do it. I think, guys, you know what? I think he's going to do it. I think he'll make it, because I'm getting a wee bit of like Alexander Callens, Maxime Chenot, deja vu. They had done this kind of stuff for New York a bunch of times, like fly up and play and stuff like that. So yeah, I think he'll do it probably, but you really need to pay attention to that game, because it's a 6-pointer.
That is
Takes
a
dead leg or something.
If he'll even be available in the lineup builder.
Just play him anyway. You just find guys. Can you not? No, you wouldn't be able to. Cause it's Yeah, because you need the Opta thingamabob to. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, play him in the best.
It should be.
Anyway, congratulations on your new Messi after winning your Santos stacks. Although he's got 3 of them, right? So he'll win Messi, Endrick, and whoever else is at the top. Maybe a Cucho for good measure. Yeah, I love it. All right. Thank you to everybody for joining us. hopefully we cleared up everything for Andy and everybody who is going to take down every tournament this week with Club Santos Laguna. If you guys have liked the video, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. All that good stuff. Shout out to this guy here who's been super helpful once again. And we will be back Wednesday for the return of club football. Thanks for joining this trip. Thanks, everyone. Good luck.